13 ways to correct your husband without hurting his ego. 1. Lower your voice. Don't shout at him. He is not your child. Although sometimes he acts like a child, but yes, you can correct him in a minimum volume tone. 2. Do it in love. Correction should be done in love. Remember, your husband is a human too. He makes mistakes, and so are you. 3. Never ever criticize your husband in public or in front of your friends. Stop criticizing him, especially in front of your friends or family. That is very degrading to men. Rather correct in love, just whisper with a gently hug. Most will say it's constructive criticism. But girl, men have egos too. Their self-esteem are easy to break down. Correction is the act of offering better options. Correction and criticism are never the same. 3B. Let's cut the saying, whatever my wife says, girl, you are not the boss. And so does your husband. Every decision should be talked and planned with the both of you. If he said your cooking is a little salty, never walk out of the table. Instead, apologize and offer other options. Give him sugar instead. And improve your cooking by watching cooking videos on YouTube. 4. Praise him for his accomplishments. If he puts the curtain rod straight or your wall decor in perfect angle, appreciate that. You know how meticulous they are when it comes to putting wall decor. They really mean business when you request them to do that, with all the use of measuring tapes and torpedo level and rulers. An extra appreciation will make him love you more. 5. Don't do it in front of your children. Avoid correcting your husband in the presence of your children. Incessant correction of your husband in front of your children will make them disrespect him. Remember, he is the head of your household. 6. Don't correct him in public. Avoid correcting your husband in public. It does not show you as a virtuous woman and will affect his self-esteem. If you do that in public, you will look like a mad dog without breeding. 7. Avoid correcting in anger. Stop correcting your husband in anger, shouting, ranting, beating, and making trouble. Never push your husband to the point of him to fight back and protect himself from a rascal act of yours. By doing that, you are like adding kerosene on a burning house. Instead, invite him for a walk, hold his hand, and talk about the problem. 8. Don't compare him with any other man. Never ever. That's where jealousy comes from. In your thought of correcting him, you might have been comparing him with other men. Don't you see what your friend is doing? Can't you learn from our neighbor's husband? Can't you be like Chaska's husband? Or Susie's husband? Or can you be like Adam in the Garden of Eden? Or like Samson or Solomon? Girl, your husband is different. When you come to a point of doing these, then remember the time when he's still courting you and why you choose him, and remember how you are head over heels in love with him. 9. Never get back to old issues. There is no reasons why you need to get back to old issues like, remember what you did before. I will never ever forget that. Blah blah blah. Once the issues are done and solved, it should be totally erased in your memory. Never try to open a grave. Well-mannered woman, never do that. Stick to the present issue, discuss like adults, and move on. 10. Don't attack his manhood. And you call yourself a man enough? Real man don't behave like this. You better change before I change you. This is very wrong. Don't do it. Ladies, we don't change men. If they want to change, they will change because of love. Don't try to be a sculptor of water. For sure you can't do that. 11. Don't attack his dignity. Give your husband a bunch of respect. That's all that matters. If you don't have enough respect for your husband, then you are not worth the respect of your children. 12. Do it in time of peace. Most wives do want to correct in the heat of their anger, at the height of misunderstanding, when temper has already hit the roof. That is not the best time to correct. It will yield little or no result at all. Men are simple. They have selective hearing. They can only hear in low tone of your voice. 13. Give a helping hand. Work together for good. Change tire together. Try your best to help in your most seductive way. That will make their jobs easy and fast. If he is fixing a broken leg of a table, hand him the things he needs. Don't just stand and watch your husband like you are an Egyptian pharaoh mandating a slave and ready to give a whip when he makes a mistake. Husband most of the time are doing a great job. Appreciate yours and support him to be better husband and father. The real empowered woman is the one who knows how to respect men. If you expect your husband to be a respectable king in your palace, then you should first create a peaceful palace for him. Do you want to learn more how to have a great relationship? Message Coach Kiko now.